Good morning, Western Standard viewers. My name is Jeremy Borg. Today we're going to be talking to Anastasia Zorchinsky, an Israeli Canadian who had her passport denied because she said she was born in Israel, and the worker said that was not a possibility. Hi, Anastasia.
Hi.
So, just to start off, would you be able to tell us a little bit about what happened?
Absolutely. So recently I became a Canadian citizen and I decided to, of course, get my Canadian passport. And I went this Monday to the application center to submit all of my documents. And as you know, you have to write your birth city and also your country of birth. So I wrote Kfar Saba, Israel. So as I submit my documents to the lady working at the desk, she looks at them, everything looks fine. And then she says, unfortunately, we cannot write Israel on your passport. So I ask her why. And she says it's because of the political conflict. So we can only write Kfar Saba, which is the city of birth, and we cannot write Israel on your passport. So at that point, I'm very confused, and I try to understand how this is even true. So I ask her, if there was any other country written as my birth country and not Israel, would you be able to put it there? So it's only because I said my country of birth is Israel that you cannot write it in my passport, and she says yes. Then I asked her to show me the policy where it says that, because I really doubted that it was a true policy. And she comes back after 5 minutes with another colleague, and her colleague tells me that actually, since Kfar Saba is in Israel, we can write Israel on your passport. However, since Mark Carney declared a Palestinian state, many cities are now considered as Palestine. So I asked him what are those cities? He says Ramallah, Jenin, Nablus, Jerusalem. So at that point, I'm very confused. And I ask him, so now people can write Palestine on their passport and those cities are considered as Palestine? And he says yes. So clearly, I was under some political influence because of who I am and where I was born, while just fulfilling my right as a citizen to get a Canadian passport.
And going through this as someone who's applying for a Canadian citizenship, how did that make you feel?
It made me feel like something was wrong with me. Like, it made me feel like Canada has some sort of problem with where I came from, even though, I'm a Jewish Canadian, I'm a Canadian citizen. I'm not just a citizen of Israel, I'm a Canadian citizen. So it made me feel like I was a part of the conflict, or I was in fault of something just for being who I am and where I was born. So it just made me feel like really sad for what is going on. Like, not just for myself, but like, I don't want anybody else to experience this. I truly don't, because I knew to ask for the policies, and then they said, oh yes, we can write Israel on your passport. But what if somebody doesn't know what to do? And what if somebody falls on another employee who's against their country or something like that? So it just made me feel really confused and sad, really.
Mm-hmm. And going a little bit broader scope, I saw that there is a lawsuit going on against now Passports Canada that you're launching. Would you be able to talk as much as you can about that, obviously, without breaking anything or invalidating the lawsuit?
So actually, we're not suing Passports Canada yet. We just sent out a legal letter, asking them for clarification about specific questions. So about which cities are declared as Israel or which are declared Palestine. We're asking them about the policies that they claimed that they were true, like that they cannot write Israel on a passport these days. We asked to clarify what kind of trainings do employees receive in Passports Canada. So we asked for them to answer within 10 days. Hopefully I can update you as soon as they reply.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to
add? Just in general, I think that we should be aware of the consequences of how Carney's decision to declare Palestinian state have empowered certain people and also government workers, which I never expected would be empowered to discriminate against people of Israel or Jewish people in Canada, or any person who is, I guess, not in their political sphere. Or so it's just, I think we need to be aware of that, and I think we have to speak up about that and stand up for ourselves to not experience any more discrimination. And really, if something happens to you or to your friends or to anybody, speak up and stand up and do something, because we can't be silent at what we're looking at these days in Canada.
Thank you so much, Anastasia. I think that was a great discussion. For the Western Standard, this is Jeremy Borg signing off.